And welcome back. 7:37 this morning on Morning Drive. And joining me right now, Micheal Brinkman, National Policy Director of the Thomas Fordham Institute. Good to have him back on our program. President Obama wants to spend about $60 million for free community college. That'll cost you, the taxpayer, quite a bit. Let's talk to Micheal about this. Micheal Brinkman, good to have you back on our show this morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me back.
Seems to me this is nothing more than increasing high school, right? We're going to the 13th, 14th grade? Isn't that really what we have here?
Yeah, it seems about right. And of course, the president has also proposed a pre-K program that's universal. So that's another grade on the beginning of the K through 12 system. So I don't know. Personally, I think we're better off focusing on the K through 12 system that exists, making sure that students are actually learning something by the time they graduate. Simply drawing this out and making it longer is not necessarily going to result in better outcomes. And the fact that so many students are not graduating from high school with the skills and knowledge they need to be successful in community college or a four-year college, that seems to be the bigger problem rather than, at least at the two-year level, this issue of affordability. That's really much less of a problem than it is in four-year institutions.
Yeah, I mean, the more the government seems to get involved in this, Micheal, the higher the costs go up, right? I mean, and then all of a sudden, then you have to have subsidies because people can't afford to go to college.
Well, right, and there's a theory that was floated back in the 80s by President Reagan's education secretary that said, essentially, many colleges seem to be raising tuition in accordance with the increase in federal subsidies. So President Obama increased funding for Pell Grants, and it seems like that's done little if nothing to slow the increase. And it's been a rapid rise over not just Obama's term, but the past 2 or 3 decades of four-year tuition, and even the two-year institutions are raising tuition. The difference, though, is that in the two-year institutions, the vast majority of students go for free or nearly free. So those are still a pretty affordable option for most students, but the problem is by adding this $60 billion plan to our already massive federal deficit and debt, it's really, I think, not going to address the main problem, which is that whether it's free or nearly free or not, many students seem unwilling or unable, I should say, to do college level work and are going to college at these two-year institutions and flunking out. Vast majority of students don't get any kind of degree after 6 years even, and that's something that needs to be addressed.
That's really the issue, isn't it? That the kids don't graduate, right? They're not really finishing college, so basically the taxpayer might be spending a lot of money here to give them two free years of college, and then it really is not a benefit to the country at large because they never complete their grades.
Well, right, and of course, community college is something that is valuable. It's something that should be part of the options for students, but they need to complete. And again, one of the reasons they're not is because so many students leave high school being told they're doing what they need to do. They get their high school diploma, which is supposed to be a signal that they've mastered K through 12 knowledge and skills. But the problem is, in many cases, the expectations for high schoolers are set so low that even though they're told they're doing just fine, they end up graduating. They're not prepared for community college or four-year college or a job right out of high school or a career in the armed forces. They're not really prepared for much of anything.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's again, maybe there should be some requirement. If we're going to go down this road and you get a free 2 years, you've got to at least complete the work. Maybe that's it. Give them some kind of incentive, right, to actually get the work done.
Right. I mean, one would hope being ready for a job and being ready for essentially life after education would be incentive enough, but
yeah, you would think so, but it's not, right? I mean, I think when I went to college, very few people that I started school with actually graduated 4 or 5 years later. I tell you, we'll come back and talk a little bit more with Micheal. If you got some thoughts, give us a call, 919-860-9783. How do you see this idea by President Obama? You in favor of providing free college for the first 2 years at a community college? For students, give us a call, or you can chat with us on Facebook or Twitter. My Twitter handle is at iDougRadio. We'll be right back. Traffic and weather together. Mostly cloudy. High today, 68. Rick's got our traffic update. Rick, what's going on?
Oh, plenty now, Doug, from the Triangle Traffic Center. Let's get right to it. We have a crash involving an overturned vehicle